Tarda un poco, ¿verdad? Tarda un poco, ¿verdad? Bueno, ahora sí, vamos a empezar. Le voy a ir al Google Live. En Start Webinar. Bueno, ahora sí, vamos a empezar. Le voy a ir al...
Cerra eso, Jorge.
So, good evening, Australia. Good morning, Paraguay. Welcome everyone to the second day of the edition of Paraguay Speaks. I would like to start off by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land from where we are all gathered today and pay our respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. Welcome everyone to the webinar on business opportunities in the Paraguayan electrical sector. This event is now live on the PSA Facebook page and is also being recorded for our YouTube channel. As you might have seen,
Could I have your attention, please?
sorry, we continue. As you might have seen, this webinar aims to provide some insights on the Paraguayan electric investment potential and the benefits associated to this growing industry. If you have any comments or consultations, you can leave them on the chat, or there is a box as well of Q&A. So without any more preambles, I'd like to introduce our speaker, Jesús Silvero. He is an electromechanical engineer graduated from the National University of Asunción, Paraguay, with experience and focus on the electrical power sector. He holds a master's in engineering management from the University of Melbourne and a master in design, construction, and maintenance of high voltage electrical infrastructures from Universidad Pontificia de Comillas. Jesus has been working on commissioning and testing high voltage power equipment, including 500 kV and 220 kV substations. Currently, he works for DAS Networks, a state-owned electrical company in Australia, in the role of secondary system engineer for the asset management team, where he focuses on control and protection equipment strategy. Hello, Jesus. Welcome. It is a pleasure to have you here. Please, when you feel ready, you can start.
Thank you, Jorge. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm really proud to this series of this series of presentations facilitated by the Paraguayan Student Association. This is I'm really proud of all that the association have been done in this couple of years. So thank you so much for having me here. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone in Australia. My name is Jesús Silvero, and today we will explore the thriving business opportunities in Paraguayan electrical sector. We'll explore Paraguay's economic landscape, the significance of its energy infrastructure, recent developments, and the avenues available for investment and collaboration. talking a little bit about Paraguay. Paraguay is home to approximately 7.6 million inhabitants as 2024 census, expressed across an area of 400 square kilometers. For comparison, Germany has a population of 83 million within 357,000 kilometers, while Vietnam, with 96 million people, span only through 331 square kilometers. The country's GDP is estimated at 45.5 billion, with a GDP per capita of 5,947, positionally competitively among its regional peers. This GDP is similar to Indonesia GDP, a little bit higher. Economic achievement of Paraguay. Notably, Paraguay has recently attained an investment-grade credit rating, reflecting its robust economic policies and growth potentials. Economic highlights. Paraguay's projected GDP growth of 3.8 for 2024 is robust compared. Paraguay's growth is driven by key sectors such as agriculture, construction, and services. Primary sector contribution, agriculture and energy account for 40% of the GDP, are a vital sector in Paraguay. The construction sector expected to grow by 4.7 and service projected to grow at 3.4 are significant contributors to the economy, comparable to the industrial expansion seen in emerging Asian markets. Credit rating upgrade. Paraguay's recent upgrade to investment grade by Fitch placed it alongside countries like Vietnam and ahead of others like Indonesia, which remain just below investment grade. The upgrade enhances Paraguay's appeal to foreign investors, much like the effect seen in Turkey during its economic expansion phase post-2000. Modi's positive outlook underscores Paraguay's strong fiscal policies, paralleling the financial strategies seen in Eastern European countries that have stabilized and grown their economies. Key energy resource. Paraguay's energy sector is heavily reliant on hydroelectric power, within Itaipu and Yacyretá dams being the cornerstones of this energy resource. In comparison, Norway and Canada are also rely on hydropower, but on a smaller scale. Paraguay is one of the top electricity exporters globally, similar to how Norway exports hydropower to Europe. Also, Paraguay has the per capita renewable energy per capita higher in the world. Paraguay is one of the top electricity exporters. Hydroelectric power in Paraguay is a sustainable energy source, mirroring the renewable energy strategies seen in countries like Iceland and Bhutan. Hydroelectric plants. The Itaipu Dam, with its 14 gigawatts capacity, is one of the largest in the world, similar to China's Three Gorges Dam, which has a capacity of 22.5 gigawatts. Even though the Three Gorges Dam is larger than the Itaipu Dam, they both produce the same amount of energy due to the river potential. Yacyretá, while similar, while a little bit smaller, with 3.3 gigawatts, is a crucial power station between Paraguay and Argentina, much like the Hoover Dam serves the United States. Ongoing upgrades, such as the one led by GE Renewable Energy, aim to modernize these plants, ensuring they remain competitive globally. And the National Electricity Administration. ANDE is Paraguay's state-owned utility, comparable to NTPC or India's NTPC or Germany RWE or Red Electrica in Spain, managing all aspects of electricity generation, transmission, and distribution. They have elaborated a strategic plan for 2021 to 2040, focuses on expanding and modernizing the grid, integrating renewable sources similar to Germany's and Japan's smart grid initiative. ANDE collaborates closely with government bodies and international partners to provide modernization of the Paraguayan energy infrastructure. Future investments by ANDE. ANDE is investing approximately 300 million in expanding the electrical infrastructure, with projects focusing on building new substations and upgrading existing ones in urban centers like Asunción or Ciudad del Este. Transmission lines upgrades. One of the largest projects involves a 500 million investment in expanding the 200 and 500 kV transmission network, including key lines like Iguazú, Villa Ayes, Margen Derecha, Villa Ayes, and Yacyretá, Villa Ayes. These key transmission lines are really important for the overall stability of the system. A smart grid implementation. ANDE has allocated around $150 million for smart grid connections, including advanced metering and integrating renewable energy sources into the grid. Renewable energy integration. In line with global sustainability trends, ANDE is committing 200 million to increase the share of solar and wind power in the national energy mix. Opportunities in the private sector. Construction and upgrades. Opportunities exist for private companies in constructing and upgrading substations and power stations, which has rapidly expanded. Paraguay has rapidly expanded its electrical infrastructure to meet growing demand. Paraguay has a growing rate of the electricity consumption of about 10% per year. This means that effectively we duplicate our electrical grid in 10 years. There is a significant demand for advanced equipment for hydropower plants and grid systems, particularly in the ongoing modernization of Itaipú and Yacyretá. This demand is comparable to the growing market for energy equipment in Eastern Europe. Renewable energy and a smart grid. With the global shift towards renewable energy, Paraguay is also increasing its focus on integrating renewable sources and smart grids, offering opportunities in these sectors, similar to Singapore's Smart Grid Cities initiatives. Public-private partnerships. Engaging through public-private partnership can facilitate joint ventures, risk sharing, and access to government resources and incentives. This model has been successful in countries like Turkey and Brazil, where PPPs have played a pivotal role in infrastructure development. Case studies of recent projects. GE Renewable Energy Itaipú upgrade. Recently, GE Renewable Energy signed a 1 billion contract for the largest technological upgrade of Itaipú hydropower plant, which will span 14 years and include modernization of 20 power generation units. These enhancements are expected to boost efficiency, reliability, and output, ensuring Itaipú remains a key energy supplier for Brazil and Paraguay. This project is similar in scope to the modernization efforts seen at the Aswan High Dam in Egypt. International partnership. Such projects highlight the critical role of international firms in advancing Paraguay's energy infrastructure, fostering innovation and facilitating the transfer of expertise. Challenges and risks. Regulatory hurdles. Navigating Paraguay's regulatory landscape can be challenging, requiring a deep understanding of local laws, much like complexity faced by international companies in countries like India and Indonesia. Political risk. Political stability is crucial for long-term investment. Challenges in government policies similar to those observed in Turkey and Argentina can significantly impact ongoing and future projects. A skilled labor shortage. There is a need for skilled labor in the energy sector, particularly in advanced technologies. Mitigation strategies. To mitigate this risk, companies should engage in a strong local partnership, conduct comprehensive due diligence, and implement robust risk management strategies. Recap of key points. In summary, Paraguay offers a stable and growing economy with significant opportunities in its electrical sector, especially in the modernization and expansion of its hydroelectrical resource. Investment opportunities. The ongoing projects, including the technological upgrades at Itaipu and Yacyretá, present substantial opportunities for private sector investment, particularly in renewable energy and smart grid technologies. Call to action. I encourage you to explore these opportunities further, engage with local partners, and consider Paraguay as a strategic destination for your next investment in the energy sector. Much like companies have successfully invested in emerging markets across Asia and Europe. Thank you for your attention. I would like to open the Zoom meeting for any questions or discussion you may have. Feel free to ask about any specific aspect of Paraguay electrical sector or the investment opportunities that interest you. Okay, I will see the Q&A. What are the things that Paraguay do when it comes to energy management that you will adapt to the energy management here? I think comparing in terms of management, sometimes here comparing Paraguay with Australia, we can see we have achieved a really good the Paraguayans will have to feel really proud about this. We have been building at least 500 kV substation in the last 5 years. That's a huge achievement. Not even in a development country, it's really easy to do. You need a lot of expertise, and Paraguay has been open to receive many expertise from abroad, and that was really help to the country to rapidly embrace new technologies and also be at the at the same level technologically with countries that are much more developed. We can say nowadays that the infrastructure of Ande is quite similar and comparable and technologically advanced as the transmission grid of the Australia country. So we have to. There are some things that from the Australia perspective they could be learned from Paraguay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jesus, for trying to explain like the situation of Paraguay, specifically this the potential of the electrical sector, right? And it's like it was really engaging the way that you mentioned and explained specific situations of Paraguay and try to compare with other countries and how they relate in some ways. And it's like kind of of broad, like for us to say we have those achievements, even like we are still in the way of developing our country, right? And in that sense, I like to ask you something in regard of the public policies that are made in Paraguay associated to this uh, potential that has in the energy system, right? And specifically, you mentioned there is a plan, like a long-term plan of ANDE until 2040. Is there, how is ANDE planning to enhance the Paraguayo electrical infrastructure, having in mind this political policy?
Um, Paraguay has a really well-developed plan that they have been following this plan through the last 10 years, and they have been managed to even far away, like these plans have been being followed through 15, 17 years now. So that was of a really good help to construct and also to design and also to obtain these advanced infrastructures that we were capable to develop this infrastructure because we have a path forward. So we knew what we want, and we built it. And we and we when we didn't have the technical capabilities, we asked help outside of our country. We ask help in the region. We ask help in Europe, United States. So we bring professionals. They transfer those knowledge, and thanks to that, we develop a really robust, and it's continue robust in really. We have a really good challenges that we were sorting it out, because not every country in the world has 10% increases on the electrical network per year, and also have these tropical uh, storms. So basically, the electrical sector has been challenged by a lot of challenges, and these policies and this right, they had been some mistakes, but even here in Australia, thinking on building 500 kV substation in 5 years is something impossible. It will require a lot of people that and technical skills that there is not even in an advanced economy as Australia. They don't have that capability. We were really blessed by we were in a really developed region. We asked help from 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 Colombia, from Brazil, from Argentina. We asked help from Germany, from different regions. We brought the professionals, and we built a really advanced network that is comparable with some of the best networks in the world. There are still problems, but having uh, that forward was really helpful, and that decision to build it and standardize it, because we had been done a really good job standardizing our infrastructure, so it's easy to maintain, it's reliable. They have some of the best brands in the world. And also we have been building this know-how in the country, and now the network is ready for accepting any investment. If they want to install 300 megawatt industrial manufacturing complex, they can install it anywhere in the country. And also, like, even larger. Those type of industrial complex are really easy. They generate a lot of income for the country, and the network is ready for that. Even you can take energy from the 500 kV bus bar. Under was planning a 1,000 megawatt a package, or if one industry wanted 1,000 megawatts of package in 500 kV, they can have it. So that's a really good achievement. It's not easy to do. um, it will represent a lot of development, plus the recognition in the international market of the rate of investment is not uh, it's a really remarkable thing. We have a better score than Indonesia, a country much larger than us and with much more resource, even Brazil. So we expect a lot of investment, and the electrical sector is prepared for that.
Okay, thank you very much for your response, Jesus. I'd like to ask something related to that as well, but first I'd like to take attention on this question in the chat. Someone asked, how do Paraguay's major hydroelectric plants Itaipu and Desereta compare to international dams like the Three Gorges in terms of capacity and economic impact?
I think just having the comparison with the Itaipu Dam, even though the Three Gorges Dam has more turbines or more power installed due to the hydrological characteristics, the Itaipu Dam produce much more energy in a year. Is they are really um, they are even though the Three Gorges Dam is much larger than the Itaipu Dam, they produce almost the same energy. So that energy means a lot of industry, a lot of 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 uses that can be um, you can have better
Advantage of that.
better industries and more at a cheaper price, and they have developed and also in terms of social development, the transfer of royalties to the government has been a lot of that. Thanks to that, we don't have a really high in tax base. So basically, we can maintain a low tax base of 10% for income or for GST. And also we can build a new infrastructure with those royalties, and also like develop new technology. The PTE, the Itaipu Technological Park, has been a really in-house development of new technologies. They are developing cybersecurity capabilities for the dam. So they are references in that sense in around the world. And they produce papers for SIGRE, for the EEE. So basically, it has been a lot of also know-how development in that region, thanks to this hydroelectrical dam. Um, and also they have been like a huge social significant, and now they are increasing their technological capabilities, thanks to these upgrades, that they will implement some of the newest technology, or they will be the more advanced technologies in the world. They are planning to use like merging units. They will not use any more cables. They will reduce a lot the use of copper, and that's a one of the more advanced technologies that they will be using in this is and they will and the construction cost and also the deployment costs are going to be lower.
Okay, that's very good to know. And this is also probably already answered in some way. The next question that I like to tell you is like the potential business opportunities for the private sector, like the smart grids, renewable energy, and transmissions. It's like, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, just to mention some of the money that is going to be spent or it's going to be used in this couple of years. Itaipu plans a $1 billion plan for 10, 14 years. That's a lot of, of investment in manufacturing of control panels. They plan to replace all the technology in the in the power dam, in the power and in the generator. Basically, it's a renovation of the entire dam. Also, Yacyretá is facing the same challenges. They are building Añacua is at 300 megawatts dam in the dam, so you have another uh, $500 million that's going to be allocated in the next 5 years. And also Ande has an investment plan of also at $1 billion. So you have $2.5 billion in Paraguay that they are going to be invested in the next 5 to 10 years. So that's a lot of money that will be injected to the economy, to the different like you need know-how for doing the mechanical turbine, the shaft, the control and protection panels, the civil movements, the civil reparation upgrades. There's a lot of 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 opportunities for the private sector in alliance with the public sector in terms of building this infrastructure. Also, the availability of energy is really, really helpful for any server or for example, AI. They can install like really big servers thanks to the abundance of energy. So you can install big data centers that requires a lot of energy and with a cheap cost of energy, and also it's easy to find skilled labor in the region. So basically, there are different perspective in in the economy. Also, for this abundance of energy, also can be translated like Omega Green. Omega Green is like the second largest or the third largest organic diesel manufacturing installation. They are finalizing their industrial process in the next 1 to 2 years. So there are many industries that can be connected to that. Um, for the obviously any company that wants to decide to invest in Paraguay, they have to know the law, know how the cultural but peculiarities of the country, and also do a risk assessment. But it won't be quite different from investing in Brazil, Argentina, even now we have a better investment rate. We have better ratings. If they need money to invest in Paraguay, it will be much cheaper than obtain it for Brazil or for Indonesia, because the credit score is much higher.
Okay.
Thank you, Jorge.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. It was like really enlightening the way that you express, and it's like you show that you have actually like a very strong knowledge about this the energy sector, particularly of in the case of Paraguay, right? And I like to say like probably you have offered first-hand information because it's like all of the that you have mentioned now is probably not very known in our country. We probably need more diffusion of all of these opportunities. Probably the government or the actors, private and public, need to like reinforce all the mechanisms that make possible to create these partnerships and obviously show the real potential that our country has in this matter, right? So I think there is no other questions. So with it, I like to thank you, Jesus, again for your time and for your contribution to this event. It was actually really insightful. With this, I like to say that this is the end of the second day of Paraguay Speaks. Thank you very much to the audience for participating and for your questions. And I like to remind everyone that you can watch this again on our YouTube channel. And I like to remind as well that tomorrow we continue with some other sessions. Specifically, the next webinar is regarding the impact of the CAL on academic opportunities for Paraguayans in Australia, which will start at 9:30 a.m. in Australia and 7:30 p.m. in Paraguay. So thanks again, Jesus, and this is all for today. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jorge. Thank you. Thank you to all the PSA for the arduous job that you have been doing all this week and for representing, for giving this space to the Paraguayans to here in Australia to give it a small contribution and a small voice to the Paraguayans here in Australia. Thank you so much for your time, for your effort, and thank you so much, Jorge, and all the team in the Paraguayan Student Association.
Yeah, next time we probably need to talk more about your experience that the one that you are gaining here in Australia as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
thank you very much.